you want to learn use of machine learning and computer vision in Flutter, then check out our machine learning use in Flutter, the complete guide course. Link is given in the description.
Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we will start building our image labeling application using Flutter and Firebase ML Kit. So let's begin. So the first step is importing the starter code from GitHub. So you can manually type this URL or you can get this address from the project's URL file shared with you. So now click on this code and there you will find the link using which you can clone this project. So I'm going to copy this link. Now you need to open your Android Studio and there you can see we have an option get from version control. So just click on it. And there you need to specify the version control. So we're gonna use the Git, so I'm gonna select Git here. After that you need to paste the link or the URL, so I'm gonna paste it there. And then you need to specify the location, and when you click clone, so this project will be downloaded and it will be available for you to make the changes. So there you can see that it's asking me whether you like to create a new Android Studio project. So I'm gonna click yes here. And now I need to choose the Gradle, so let's choose this Gradle here and now click finish and you will see that your project will be ready in a moment. So now the project is cloned successfully, so there you can see that we have some errors and that is because we imported the project but there are some libraries which are not currently downloaded. So just go inside this project section and there you need to expand this Flutter image labeling starter. And now go inside this lib folder and open main dot. And here you need to click on this get dependencies so that all the libraries that we included should be downloaded. And now you will see that all the libraries will be downloaded and now you can click on this ignore button to remove this warning. So now our project is cloned successfully. So now let's firstly run our application and see what does this starter code contain. So I'm gonna open it inside an emulator device. So firstly let me launch an emulator. So now my emulator is opened successfully, so I'm gonna launch this application and you will see that in a moment this application will be ready. So now our application is successfully installed in the device. So there you can see that that's the basic interface of our application. So you see a wall and a frame hanging on it. So when you click on this picture frame, you will see that the gallery will be opened so that user can choose an image from gallery. So let's choose that image for now. So I'm gonna choose that image and you will see that that image will be visible inside that frame. So you can see that that image is being displayed here. Similarly, when you long press on this frame, you will see that the camera will be opened so that user can capture an image using camera. So there you can see that we have camera opened. So that is the default view for emulator camera. So I'm gonna capture the image. So now you can see that the image that we captured is being displayed here. So that is our starter code. So here user will choose an image from gallery or capture it using camera. Then we're gonna pass this image to our Firebase image labeler and it will gonna return us the predicted labels for that image. So that will be the basic flow of our application. So the user will choose an image from gallery or he will capture the image using camera. After that we will pass this image to our Firebase image labeler and it will gonna return us the predicted label for that image and we're gonna show those labels here printed on that wall. So hopefully you get the idea about the basic flow of this application. So after looking at the working of starter project, now let's look at the starter code. So I'm gonna minimize this emulator for now. So now you can see that in this Flutter project we have several folders like this font folder. So it will gonna contain a font family named fingerprint and we're gonna use this font family while printing our result or predicted label. Similarly, you will see an images folder and it will gonna contain two images. So this frame 3 is actually the frame that we showed on the wall. And similarly, this image view 2.jpg is the background image or the image that contain the walls. So these are the images contained inside this image folder. So now let's look at our project spec.yaml file. So in that file, you will see that we have a dependency named image picker. So we're gonna use this library to choose image from gallery or camera. So you can see that we are doing that in our starter code and we are doing it with the help of this image picker library and I'm gonna explain it code in a moment. Similarly, when you scroll further down, you will see that inside this Flutter, we have the assets, and in the assets we have this images folder because we are using the images placed inside this folder. Similarly, we have fonts because we are using this finger paint font family. Now let's move back to our main.dot file, and there you will see that we have the starter code. So we have a stateful widget here, but the main class is this my home page state, and there you can see that we firstly have a image picker variable. Then we have a file variable with the name image. Then finally we have a string variable result. So this image picker will be used to choose image from gallery or capture it using camera. And we initialize it there inside this init state method. So there you can see that image picker is equal to image picker. So we are initializing this class. Then you can see that we have two methods, image from camera or image from gallery. So image from camera method is used to capture image from camera. Then this image from gallery is used to choose an image from gallery. So in that method, you can see that we are using that image picker object, and we are calling this getImage method, and we are specifying the image source. So here we specify the image source to camera because we want to capture the image using camera. Similarly, in case of gallery, we are specifying the source to gallery. So that's how simple it is to choose an image from camera or gallery using this image picker library. Now when this image picker.get method is executed, it will gonna return us a picked file object, and using this object you can get the image path. So picked file.path will return us the image path, and you will create a new file object and store the image file in this variable underscore image. Then you will update the state of this image variable here. So after this method, you can see that we have a method doImageLabeling, and here we will write our image labeling code. But before that, let's look at this build method, as it contains all the UI of our application. So there you can see that we have a material app, and inside that we have a scaffold, and in that scaffold we have a container. So firstly we are setting the background image, or the image which is actually containing the wall. So that is our background image, and we are setting it here. After that we have a column, and in that column you can see that we have a stack here because we want to show a frame, and above that frame we want to show the image that user choose from gallery or captured it using camera. So we use stack widget there. So there you can see that in the stack widget we firstly have an image view which will gonna show us the frame image, and above that frame image we want to show the image captured using camera or chosen from gallery. So and there you can see that we have a flat button, but inside this flat button we have an image view which will gonna show us the image captured using camera or chosen from gallery. So we wrap this image object with this flat button because we want to perform the on click and on long click listener actions. So when you will press on this image from gallery will be executed. As we saw in the demo, when we clicked in the center of frame, gallery will be opened and we choose an image from gallery. Similarly, when we long pressed on the center of frame, camera was opened and we captured the image using camera. So now here you can see that for this flat button we have a container in here, and inside this container we have this image view object. So firstly we are checking if this file object with the name underscore image is not null. So if it's not null, then we're gonna show the image captured using camera or chosen from gallery, because in that case this underscore image is not null because we assigned the selected image path here inside these methods. So there you can see that when the image we chosen either from camera or from gallery, this underscore image method was assigned the file of the image. So now it will not be null when the user chosen an image from gallery or captured it using camera. So in that case we will show that image, otherwise we're gonna show a default camera icon which will indicate that you need to press on that icon to choose an image or capture the image. So that's the basic GUI of our application, but other than that we need to show the results or predicted label, and we're gonna show that inside this text view. So there you can see that we have a text widget there, and here we are assigning the value stored inside that string variable name result. And remember, we declared this result variable above. And similarly we set the font family for this text view as well, and also the font size. So now you have seen the GUI of our application, that we have a background image, then above this background image we have a stack, and in that stack we firstly have frame of image, and the second element of that stack will be the image that user captured using camera or chosen it from gallery. Then we have a text view in which the results will be shown. So here you can see that we have that frame, then that image view, and here we have our text view in which predicted label will be shown. So hopefully you get the idea about our starter code and image picker library. Now the next step is creating a Firebase project, and we're gonna do that inside our next lecture. So see you in the next lecture.
Learn the use of Firebase ML Kit and TensorFlow Lite model inside Flutter using machine learning using Flutter, the complete guide course. Link is given in the description.
Welcome to this lecture. As in the previous lecture, we successfully imported the starter code. Now in this lecture, we're gonna create a Firebase project and connect our Flutter application with it. So open your browser, and here you need to search for Firebase. And now when press enter, now you need to click on this first link, firebase.google.com official site. So just click on it. And now here you will see a get started button. So if you already have a Firebase account, then and now here you will see a get started button. So if you don't have a Firebase project previously, here you will see a get started button. So if you don't have a Firebase account, then you need to attach your Google account with the Firebase console. So once you click on this get started button, it will gonna ask you to attach your Google account with the Firebase console, or it will gonna choose the default account and open the Firebase console. As it has opened the Firebase console for me, and now I need to create a Firebase project, so just click on this create a project, and here you need to specify the project name. So I'm gonna name it image labeling. And in the project name you cannot specify underscore, so I'm gonna remove it, and here you need to check this box and now click this continue to create our project, and there you need to click this continue again, and now it will gonna ask you to choose your location, so you can do that here. Then you need to check these boxes if you are creating your first project, and now scroll down and click on this create project to create your first Firebase project. So now our project is almost ready, so just click on this continue button and it will gonna take you to the official page of your project, and there you can see that get started by adding Firebase to your app. Now in Flutter we are doing Android and iOS development, so we need to attach our Android and iOS app with the Firebase console separately. So firstly we will do for Android application, so just click on this Android button and it will gonna ask you to provide your Android package name. So we will get it from our Flutter project, so move back to it and expand this Android section, and now expand the app folder and go inside source and main. There you will see Android manifest.xml file, so just open that file, and at the top you will get the package name. So just copy this line, so carefully copy it because it's our package name, so just copy it and paste it there, and then you need to specify the project nickname, and which is optional, so I'm gonna skip it. Now let's click on this register app button, and now it's asking us to download this Google services.json file and place it inside the app folder of Android application. So I'm gonna download it, so just click on it to download, and after that we need to place that file in the app folder. So let's copy this file and paste it in the app folder. So here that is the app folder, so I'm gonna paste it here. So Ctrl V and let's paste it there. And now we need to follow the next instructions, so move back to the web page, and there you need to click on the next button, and the step 3 is adding the Firebase SDK. So there you can see that we need to add following libraries and dependencies, but some of them are already present in the file. So firstly we need to update our project level build.gradle file. So in the Android section you will see that when I minimize this app folder, in the Android section there is a build.gradle file, that is a project level build.gradle file. Similarly in the app folder you will see another build.gradle file, and that is app level build.gradle file. So now let's move back, and here you can see that in the project level build.gradle file you need to add this class path in the dependency section. So just copy this line and paste it in the project level build.gradle file. So just open this file and in the dependencies paste this line, and now move back to follow the next instruction, and there you can see that the next instruction is in the app level build.gradle file. You need to add this plugin. So just copy this line and open your app level build.gradle file. So in the app folder build.gradle file, and here at the end of this file you need to add this plugin. So I'm gonna paste it there, and now move back to the web page, and here you also need to copy this line because in the dependency section we need to add this dependency. So paste it in the dependency section. So now let's paste it here. So now the Android setup for our Firebase project is complete. Now we need to follow the instructions for iOS app. So move back to the Firebase console, and at the top just close this Android project, and now you can see that we have our Android project here. So just click on this add app to add our iOS app, and here you need to choose iOS, and then you need to provide your iOS bundle ID, so where you will get it. So move back to your Flutter project and just minimize this Android section and open this iOS section. Now inside the runner you will have a folder runner.xcode project. So just open it, and in the project.pbx proj file you will search for your bundle identifier. So there you can see that we have our bundle, and there you can see that we have project bundle identifier. So just copy it and paste it here in the console, and now click on this register app and it will be added in the Firebase console. So now our iOS app will be connected. So just download this Google services.info file and paste it in your iOS folder. So I'm gonna copy it. So let's copy it and then move back to your Flutter project, and in the runner folder you need to place that file. So Control V. So I'm gonna place it here. So now let's click this add button, and now we need to follow the next instruction, which is adding the Firebase SDK for iOS. So press next, and here you can see that we need to follow these instructions to add Firebase inside our iOS app. As I don't have a Mac right now, so I cannot execute these instructions, but the lecture related to that will be uploaded soon. So now we successfully created our Firebase project and connected our Android and iOS app with that Firebase project. Now in the next lecture, we're gonna use a package named Firebase ML Vision to add the capability of machine learning using Firebase ML Kit in this Flutter project. So see you in the next lecture.
Learn the use of Firebase ML Kit and TensorFlow Lite model inside Flutter using machine learning using Flutter, the complete guide course. Link is given in the description.
Welcome to this lecture. As in the previous lecture, you have seen that we successfully created our Firebase project. Then we connected our iOS and Android apps with that Firebase project. Now in this lecture, we're gonna use a package Firebase ML Vision to add Firebase ML Kit inside our Flutter project. So here you need to open a pub.dev website, which is the site which contains all the packages related to Flutter and Dart. So there you can search for different packages. So I'm gonna search for Firebase ML Vision. So when I will press enter, you will see that I will have this Firebase ML Vision as my first result. So just open it, and there on the official page of this package you will find instructions to use that package. So that package actually provides a quite easy interface to integrate Firebase ML models inside your Flutter application. So there you can see that we have a installing section. So just click on it so we can see installation instructions for this package. So there you can see that we need to add this line inside our pubspec.yaml file. So just copy this line and paste it inside the pubspec.yaml file. So I'm gonna open it here, and inside the dependencies you need to paste this line. So just below this image picker, paste it, and now you need to click on this pub.dat, so that library will be downloaded. And now move back to the page, and here just click on this readme so we can see the other instructions related to Firebase ML Vision. So when you scroll down here, you will see that we need to add this dependency inside our app level build.gradle file. So just copy it and paste it in the app level build.gradle file inside the dependencies. So just copy it, and I'm gonna open the Android section, and the app section, then open build.gradle file, and in the dependencies I'm gonna paste this line. And now move back to follow the next instructions. And here you can see that it's asking if you are using on device face contour detection, then you need to add this library, but we are doing image labeling for now, so we need to add this dependency for. But when we will do face detection, then we will add this dependency. Now when you scroll further down, you will see this section, that metadata tags. So just copy this line, and the purpose of these lines is that we are doing on device machine learning, which means that the model which we are using will be downloaded on the device. So in order to download that model, when the application is firstly installed on the device, this line will be used inside the Android manifest file. So just copy these lines and paste it inside Android manifest file. So just open this source folder and open that main folder and open this Android manifest.xml file. Now scroll down, and just before the closing of this application tag, paste the lines. So paste them here, but here you need to change this OCR to label, because we want to download the image labeling model, and OCR will download optical character recognition model, which is used for text recognition. So now we added it. Now let's scroll further down, and here you can see that the instructions for Android application is complete. Now the next instructions are for iOS application. So for iOS you need to follow these instructions, and once you follow them, you will successfully attach Firebase ML Vision with your iOS project of Flutter. So when you scroll further down, you will see instructions to use this Firebase ML Vision library. So the first step is creating a Firebase Vision image. As you can see that in our code, when the user will choose an image either from gallery or capture it using camera, we have this image variable or underscore image variable, which is actually a file, and we will store the image inside this file variable. Now we need to create a Firebase Vision image using that image variable. So now move back to the page, and that is the code to do it. So I'm gonna copy this line, and I'm gonna paste this line inside my do image labeling method. So when you scroll down here, you can see that we have our do image labeling method. So I'm gonna paste that line, then I'm gonna explain its purpose. So now you can see that we have some errors, so just press Alt plus Enter. And there you need to click on this import library, because we did not imported this Firebase ML Vision library, so it's getting us an error. So just click on it. So this library will be added, and here you need to specify the image, which in our case is underscore image. So now let me explain the purpose of this method. So when the user will click on this frame, then this image from gallery method will be executed, and user will choose an image from gallery. So once the user will choose an image from gallery, we want to pass this image to our image labeler and get the predicted labels that our model detected in that image. Is that right? So here, once the image is picked, we want to call this do image labeling method, because in that method we're gonna pass that image to our model and get the prediction. So here I'm gonna call this do image labeling method. Similarly, when the image is captured using camera, we also want to call this method. Now in that method, we are firstly creating a Firebase Vision image object from the image file. Now let's look at the next instruction. So here you can see that the second instruction is create an instance of detector. As we are doing image labeling, so just copy this third line, and when I'm gonna copy it, then I'm gonna paste it inside our do image labeling method. Then I'm gonna explain. So let's paste it here. So here you can see that we are using this Firebase Vision.instance.image labeler to initialize an image labeler object, and that is actually our model. Now we need to pass this image to that model, and now when you move back to the instructions page, you will see that call detect an image or process image with the Firebase Vision image. So copy this line and paste it here in the do image labeling method, and there you can see that we are using this labeler object, and we are calling this process image method and passing our Firebase Vision image to it, and it is returning us a list of image labels, which are actually the labels that our model detected in the image that user either chosen from gallery or captured it using camera. So once we get these labels, now the next step is showing these predicted label inside our result TV. So I'm gonna do that using for loop. So here you can see that for each image label, so I'm gonna name it L1, in labels. So we're gonna iterate this whole list and we will get the Firebase vision image label one by one. And here you can see that for each label you can get the confidence that how much our model is sure about that label, the text which is actually the label name, and an entity ID. But we are gonna only show the label name and the confidence score here. So we are gonna show them by appending our result variable. So result plus equal to, and here we're gonna use l1.text which will return us the label name, then we will add two spaces, then l1.confidence. But here the confidence is actually a double value, so we need to convert it into string. But I'm not gonna use the toString, but I'm gonna use toString as fixed, as it will gonna return a double value in the form of string, but you can specify the number of fraction digits. So I'm gonna specify it too. And now at the end we will add a new line character so that each label will be visible on a separate line. So now you can see that we appended our result variable. So now we need to update the usage of this result variable so that the text inside the text view will be updated. As you can see that we use this result variable here in this text view. So now we need to call the setState method with this variable. So I'm gonna call setState, and in that method I'm gonna simply call this result variable. So now the coding of our application is complete, but there is one little improvement that we can do, and that is each time user will choose an image from gallery, this method will be executed, which means that each time this image labeler will be created. So the optimum way is to initialize this variable inside the initState method. So I'm gonna cut this line from here and I'm gonna paste it inside our initState method just below this image picker. So here you can see that I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna declare this variable outside this method so it will be accessible in our doImageLabeling method. So there, and just remove final because we are initializing it. Similarly remove this line as well. So now you can see that we are initializing our image labeler here inside this initState method. So now let's quickly go through the process. So firstly we imported the starter code, or you can create your own Flutter project and add image picker library to choose an image. After that we created our Firebase project and connected our Android and iOS app with them. Then we added the package Firebase ML Vision in our Flutter project. After that we created a Firebase Vision image object from the image that we have chosen. Then we created our Firebase image labeler or detector. So here you can see that we created our image labeler. Then we passed our image to this labeler and get the predicted result, and we showed those results in the result TV. So the coding of our application is almost complete, and one thing is remaining, and that is resetting this result variable. So whenever a new image will be chosen, we want to remove the previous image label. So just reset this result variable here to default empty string. And now let's run our application and test it. So now our application is installed inside an emulator. So when I will click in the center of this frame, you will see that the gallery will be opened, so I can choose an image from gallery. So now let's firstly choose the first image. And you can see that that image is being displayed here, and the predicted label will be shown here. And it will gonna take some time because for the first time model will be downloaded. As you can see that we have our predicted labels. So the first label is shoe and the confidence score is 0.87. So our model is quite sure that it's actually a shoe. Then the second label is a leather. Then we have a foot with the confidence score 0.58. So as you can see that our model performance is quite good. So now let's check it for a camera captured image. So when you long press in the center of this frame, you will see that the device camera will be opened. As I am using an emulator, so it will only contain a default view. So let's capture it. And now you can see that the captured image is being displayed here, and the label for it will be displayed here. And you can see that now we have a huge list of labels. So the first label is a tile, then we have a room, space, building, metal, shelf, and all of these labels are quite related with our image. So congratulations for completing this application because you created your first ML powered application in Flutter.
If you want to learn use of machine learning and computer vision in Flutter, then check out our machine learning use in Flutter, the complete guide course. Link is given in the description.